Hey everyone, it's Rainbow Tarot UK here. Welcome if you are a returning viewer or a subscriber. Thanks very much for subscribing and coming back. If you're new, then welcome again. It's always great to have new people. So let's get straight to today's reading. So we are doing what are their current thoughts and feelings. So what is your person's current thoughts and feelings, the person that you are thinking about right now? So as usual, we've got 3 piles. We've got pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. So just take a moment, take your time, go for whatever pile resonates with you, whatever pile is calling to you. Maybe you're called to more than one pile, and that's the pile for you. That's the pile that hopefully has some messages in there for you. Just to say again, as usual, it's a general reading. So just, take whatever you feel is right, whatever sits right with you, and then just leave the rest. Just leave the rest behind. And if you feel at any point that you'd like to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, then everything would be very gratefully received. Okay, so I think that's just about covers it, and I'll see you in your reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So today, in today's reading, we are asking, what is your person's thoughts and feelings? So, it could be an ex, it could be your current partner, it could be a crush, it could be somebody you like, it could be somebody you just met. What are their current thoughts and feelings? So let's get straight to it. So let's just put the little purple, sort of a purple stone that you picked there, and let's see what you've got. Okay, so we have got the Bee. So we're just sort of starting off with our oracle cards. And while I'm laying out the cards, if you feel like you want to like, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, that would be gratefully received. And if you ever feel like you want to leave a comment, then please do. It's always nice to hear from you. The next one is a card, and it says House of Flowers. House of Flowers. So we've got Bee and we've got Housewife. I'm going to put them next to each other because, bees go to flowers, don't they? Bees are attracted to flowers by their beauty. Their beauty draws them in. Okay. Anyway, let's look at the rest of your cards. So let's put them up there or down there so that we can see them. Let's have a look at your tarot and see what you've got. So you have got, oh wow, so you've got the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So that's looking good. Ace of Cups. Then you've got the Page of Cups. Ace of Cups, Page of Cups. Then you've got the 8 of Cups. There's a lot of cups in this. Wow. Then you've got the Knight of Cups. Goodness me. Okay. Let's bring them up there. Right. Then you've got, oh my God, the 2 of Cups. I don't think I've ever seen this amount of cups in a reading. There is a lot of emotions. There is a lot of deep emotions and feelings in this pile. Yes, your person, I believe and feel, is having a lot of deep thoughts and feelings about you in this pile for sure. And then the last card is the Hermit. The Hermit. Okay. Right. Let's just have a little look at this. Okay. I think in this pile, what I'm getting for some of you, as this might be about somebody that you've already been involved with. So maybe it's an ex or a situation that you've already been involved with, and maybe they walked away, or there was a parting of the ways, because we have here the Eight of Cups, which shows somebody walking away from a situation. Yeah, but it could be, if that doesn't relate to you, or it doesn't resonate with you, then what I'm feeling is it could be at the start of something new, a brand new relationship, which involves, in order for it to in order for it to come into being. And so maybe your ex, or not your ex, but maybe this person is in a situation which they need to walk away from in order to be with you. So there's that going on as well. So there's two sort of situations that I see in this pile particularly. There's one, it's sort of an ex, a past relationship, a past lover that might have left, might have gone away, but they're now clearly wanting to come back. That's what I would say. And then there's also this idea of a new relationship, something new starting up, or you're inquiring about somebody that's maybe in something that you want to start something up with, but they may be involved and they need to walk away from that situation in order for your situation with them to evolve. Now, what I would definitely say is that this person, their current thoughts and feelings, that they are definitely seeing you as somebody that they want to build something with, they want to create something with, and that, like I said before, they have they have very strong feelings, very deep feelings. Now, the kind of energies that I'm seeing are, there's so much water here, so I would definitely say Pisces, Cancer, possibly Scorpio, but I'm thinking more Pisces and Cancer. And also with the Hermit, maybe Virgo as well, in this situation. So if those signs mean anything to you, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Water signs. There's a heavy influence of water signs, sun, moon or rising in this spread, really. So what I feel is that your person, definitely with the Ace of Cups, is thinking of you in a very loving, affectionate way, a very romantic way. And it's also because it's the Ace of Cups. It's like they want to begin something new with you, some new journey of romance, some new journey of love, some new way forward in love. So like I said, it could either be a renewal of love, as I've said before, or it's it's a new relationship of love. There is a newness to it. And they are full of all the feelings and thoughts that you get with that newness of love. So there's definitely, it's definitely not a I don't feel that this is, not that they don't find you, obviously they do find you really, really attractive, because you've got the bee and the flowers here, but it's deeper than just being. So they're thinking of you in a more deep way than it just being physical. So because there's not a lot of quick, passionate physical cards in this. To me, it's more about, really wanting to create a loving, deep bond with you. That's what I'm feeling here, and that is what they are currently thinking and feeling about, how they can create a loving, deep bond with you, because you've also got the Ace of Cups and the Page of Cups. So that is also, that is all new beginnings, new starts, wanting to bring a message of love, wanting to offer you love. They're kind of brimming, really. I just feel like they're brimming with their emotions right now. And I'm just really seeing in this card, the Red Rose, this whole thing about wanting to offer you, their deep, deep love towards you. And they are very, very romantic. So this person is very romantic. They might be, they've got a lot of young energy to them, a fairly young energy to them. They don't have to be young in years, but I feel like they've got a sort of that kind of very idealistic, maybe. They're quite idealistic in their view of love, really, and that's why they're very romantic. So maybe a person that possibly isn't, possibly hasn't had lots and lots of other relationships, so they may be quite, I don't want to say inexperienced in love, but maybe somebody who is, fresh in love. That's kind of what I want to say, really. Or maybe they want to bring a freshness to the situation, that kind of brand new feeling that you get when you start a new relationship. It really feels like that to them, and that's what they're thinking and feeling. They really want kind of like a brand new start, and they want to bring that message of love to you. Now, with the bee, so obviously we have the bee and we have the house of flowers. So like I say, bees are attracted to flowers. Flowers provide them, don't they, at the end of the day, with their nourishment. They go around and they go to flowers who attract them. So they go to the most attractive flower, the most beautiful flower. Those flowers, the colours of the flowers attract the bees in, really. So I'm thinking that your person sees you as, they're thinking and feeling, their thoughts and feelings about you, that you are very, very attractive and beautiful, and you kind of draw them in. I think that's what it is with the flowers. You're sort of drawing them in some way, and they feel like they have. It's like, all these cups, like they feel like they have to be around you. It's like you give them nourishment. So the love that they feel for you gives them nourishment in some way. They feel that there is an element of feeling that they need it, that they need that love. And if this is an ex situation or a situation that you've been with before, the house of flowers just makes me feel like they want to come back to the situation, the house, the situation, the place, that you maybe were in before. Maybe you've got a family set up with them in some way, or you had a family set up with them in some way. It feels to me like they, like that place holds a really dear place in their heart. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. But I don't know if you can see in this card, there's two little figures down here, and they are really small compared to that house. So it feels to me like they are the two little figures, and they feel like that at the moment they're possibly a long way off from achieving that. So maybe they have some doubts about whether they could get, that you would have them, that you would actually have them. That's what I'm feeling as well. That they've got some doubts about whether you would actually have them, but they see you as this beautiful flower, and they are the bee that is kind of drawn to you. That's kind of drawn to that nectar, and they need that nectar, and they want to work hard. They want to work hard to try and come back to you, to try and get to you, or they want to work hard for this connection. That's what I'm feeling. They really want to work hard for this connection to make it work. So whether it's an ex or whether it's a brand new connection, as I was saying before, or they're in a situation as well where they might have to leave it to come and make the situation with you work. I feel that if they were to do that, they would work hard to make this connection work. So okay, so that's how they're feeling and thinking. So there's definitely a lot of emotion. Now the reason, as I said, the reason why I feel that this might be either an ex coming back or somebody in a situation that needs to leave it to come to you is because we have this, like I said, this Eight of Cups. So this Eight of Cups of walking away, and this might have caused you a lot of pain. Yeah. And I think they're very much aware of that. And so again, what we have here is the Knight of Cups, which again shows movement towards, towards you. Definitely movement towards you, movement towards renewing it or starting something and offering words of love, offering action as well, action in love. Because I'm just sort of seeing this. I don't know if you can see this. So they walked away, from you, and now it feels like they're walking back into becoming that Knight of Cups for you. So they're walked away from that situation, but they're walking back in a funny kind of way. They're walking back to you and back to the situation, or they're walking away from something else and they're walking towards being the Knight of Cups, who is somebody that's going to offer you love. I really feel like they want to offer you love, definitely. And they're going to work hard to do it. And again, we have the Two of Cups. So they're really thinking and feeling that this relationship has got huge potential, because the Two of Cups is, I mean, it is a card of romance and a union between two people for sure, but it's based on having a very strong, firm foundation in friendship and cooperation and working with each other. So it has a very strong love, certainly in a romantic way, but it's underpinned by a really strong and firm foundation. And that for them is what they want now. So they want to come forward, whether it's an ex, whether it's somebody that's in a situation that they need to get out of, whatever it is. It just feels to me that their thoughts and feelings are all around, trying to think about coming forward and having a romantic relationship with you that they would see as being long lasting and based on friendship as well as romantic love. I think they really do sort of idealise you. I think they really do put you on a pedestal, because there is just so much, there's just so much, they're just kind of, I think they're just their feelings are just sort of overwhelming. There's just so many cups in this reading, apart from this kind of the Eight of Cups here, there's so many positive feelings of love and wanting to declare their love and wanting to, it's almost like, in a way, it sort of has a feeling of you being a bit of like their muse in some way. I don't know, because cups are also very creative. It might be this person is very, very creative. They might be an artist, a writer, an actor, a musician. If they don't do that for a living, they may do that for a hobby. So there's some, they may express themselves in an artistic way. You might be that person as well, because we also have this, this kind of bee to the flower. It's kind of like, the flower being the muse. You inspire them. I think that's the thing. You are an inspiration to them. So I suppose what I would say is, with all this romance and love, there's in this spread, there's not maybe much grounded energy. So that might be why, there's not much of a balance in this spread. I mean, it's great, and it shows that this person does want to come towards you. They do have very loving, strong feelings towards you. But I think the Hermit card at the end of the reading is just asking you to be a little bit discerning in this situation. So, because the Hermit card is about going inward and reflecting and assessing and, thinking things over and working out whether this is the right situation for you or not. What is the right situation going forward? So maybe if it's a next reading or a next situation, it's something about you. This person, you've been in a situation before, so maybe there's something about you and you're just needing to take your time this time round if they come back to you and you feel like you want to be in a situation with them. So maybe it's just, because it may be that you feel, can they, I want to see whether they can sustain all this romance and love, and you might want to, based on what's gone on before, you might want to just, take your time with it. I think that's what the Hermit is saying. Just take your time, assess it, and also, because it relates to Virgo, there's a little bit of, it's asking you to be a little bit discerning initially, to just not get too caught up in the rush of all this romance and love, that they want to come forwards with, towards you. And that goes for the other, it's the other, you're the other kind of person where, you're thinking about this new relationship, but it involves somebody moving away and coming towards you. Just be a little bit discerning about that. And just take your time. You don't need to, because they may be swept up in it all, you can just be a little bit more measured, really, because I think for them, they are very much on a kind of wave, if you like, with their feelings for you. So all this card is saying is just be a little bit discerning, just test the waters a little bit. You might need to be the person that kind of just, says, okay, let's just calm it down a notch, and let's just see how we are in a kind of, day-to-day situation, really. But other than that, I think the thoughts and feelings of your current person is that they see you in a very, they really do put you on a pedestal, and they see you really as, the love of their life. And if they left you, they see that as a massive mistake, and that they definitely want to come back. And if they're just, they're in a situation that they're not happy in, and then they know they've got to move, they know they've got to move away from it, and they see you as, somebody who's going to, sort of nurture them and care for them and give them the nourishment that they need and that they maybe aren't getting in their current situation. So pile number 1, that has been your reading. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do click the like button, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell, and comment. It's always great to have a comment. Okay, have a great day. Bye for now. Hey, pile number 2, and welcome back to your reading. So we are asking today, what is your person's thoughts and feelings right now? So you chose the pile with a little green, with a little green stone. I'm just going to put that there so that we can see it. So let's start off with the oracle cards to see what we've got. So we've got starfish. Okay. Very beautiful card, starfish. And then we've got white rose of hope. Okay, so maybe they're thinking that you bring them hope, you represent hope. Hope needs to come into this situation in some way. White rose of hope. Yeah. It's like white rose though. She's standing there and the white rose is just kind of growing up on its own with nothing around it other than her. So maybe, I don't know, maybe they're in a situation where, there isn't much hope around them. And, you are maybe the only, because there's also a lot of light around it. So maybe you're the only hope, the only light for them in some way. I don't know. Let's have a look. Let's see what your tarot cards say. And obviously, as I'm putting out the cards, if you feel you want to like, subscribe, share, hit the notifications bell, then please do. Anything is gratefully received. Okay, so let's see what we've got here. So we've got Page of Wands. Okay, so Page of Wands. I might do that actually, so I've got more space. Page of Wands, can you see them? Yeah. Page of Wands, and then we've got the Fool. All right, and then we've got the 10 of Wands. Okay, and then we've got the King of Swords. All right. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Bring them up a little bit so you can see them like that. And the last one is the 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so let's have a little look here. Okay, so what are your, well, first of all, I think, so we're looking at what are their thoughts and feelings. So I think I said before, didn't I, about you being hope, but I think you are also striking to them. I think they have a lot of thoughts about how striking you look, because this starfish, if you see it, it's got a very intricate pattern, a very beautiful pattern. So maybe they see you as someone who really takes a lot of time and care with how they look, and they like that. I think they really like that about you, and because it's against this kind of like sort of plain, just this quite plain background, I think they just how you look is important to them, and I think that the way you look is something that really attracts them, and they find that really attractive about you, and it really pulls them in, the way that you look, and a lot of their thoughts and feelings are around. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm not saying they're not deep, but I'm just saying your appearance in some way. Maybe because you take a lot of time with your appearance, a lot of care in your appearance. But there's something about the way you look and present yourself, maybe, which is they find attractive and is important to them. Because also, as well as you having this kind of feeling of hope in some way for them, so I think your presence somehow lifts them, and it gives them hope in some way. I think there's something about that too. So it's uplifting for them to be around you, and it's got something to do as well with how you look and present yourself in some way. So I think there's something like that going on for them, and that is something that they think about a lot and affects their feelings. Now, I think in this pile, I'm feeling that it is like a brand new, or the start of something, or a fairly new relationship, maybe, or maybe a renewal, but it just feels like it's beginning something new. Like this person is thinking about beginning something new or starting something new, because we have the Page of Wands, which is like a brand new opportunity, a new beginning to start something passionate. So I think that there is a lot of passion in your person. I think with you looking the way that you do, because these two cards are right next to each other, it invokes a lot of passion in them. And the kind of sort of star signs that I'm seeing in this spread, if this means anything to you, is basically we have air signs, because we've got the King of Swords, and we've got the Fool card, and that can represent air. So we're looking at Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Also we've got fire signs in the Page of Wands, so we're looking at Leo, Sagittarius and Aries. Possibly we've got some Pentacles here, so maybe some earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn and Virgo possibly. But I'm thinking, I don't know why, I'm thinking more sort of air and fire as opposed to as opposed to earth as such. Okay, so yes, I think they see this as their thoughts are around beginning something with you, starting something with you, taking a leap of faith in some way. So maybe this relationship is about them taking a leap of faith, and that goes quite well with the Hope card, maybe, because taking a leap of faith towards you either brings them hope or would be hopeful for them. It's a new beginning, it's a new journey, and that's what they want. That's what they want to bring in, and that's maybe where the situation currently stands. But I'm feeling that with your person, and this might be why you are having this reading, is that they've got some kind of burden, maybe some sort of burden or something that they're carrying. So their energy might be a bit weighed down and heavy in some way when you are with them. Or maybe it's something to do with, although they want this new beginning and this new chance and the opportunity to start something with you, there's something weighing them down in that way, and maybe they are in the process, because we have the King of Swords, of trying to cut through that and think and speak their truth. So think about how they want to have this new beginning with you, how they want to come forward, but they need to somehow cut through all of the anything that's getting in the way, the Ten of Wands, anything that's getting in the way, and sort of speak their truth about it. So I think that they will do that. So I feel like it's the start of something new. So maybe it's the start of a new chapter or a new journey, a new relationship, and it's got, there might be a few little kind of wobbles really, and that's maybe why you're wondering about what they're thinking and feeling. Maybe you're sensing that they feel a bit heavy, or there's a little bit of heaviness to them, or maybe they're weighed down in some way, or maybe they've got just too many responsibilities and they can't spend much time with you. But I really feel that they are wanting to try and overcome those, and that is something to do with just for them needing to be strong, firm, cut through anything that's getting in their way, speak their truth, and that involves them to sort of taking some time to think about it, to process a little bit. So that might be, if you're having a few sort of doubts at the moment, or wondering if they are actually thinking or feeling about you or whatever, they're in a period where they're having to sort of just think about that, just process that a little bit, just come up with a bit of a strategy, a bit of a plan of how they can go in, how they can, make this new beginning, this, take a leap of faith, how they can make that happen, if you like. Because I definitely feel that they want it to, and if it has already happened and you're just having a few little teething problems, I think they will get over that. But that just means that they're in their head a little bit, trying to work out a plan of how you can kind of move forward. Because I definitely think they see you as hope. You are definitely a hope for them to be able to move, forward, really. Because, again, we have this, Ace of Pentacles, which is a brand new beginning. And I think that they really do want that. They really do want that new start with you. And they want it to be, on solid, firm foundations. So that might be what all this kind of heavy stuff is, is getting in the way of maybe them trying to do that. But they definitely want that. They want a firm, solid start with you that is, based on, it's based on, I get the feeling this person, likes to offer tangible things as well in a relationship. They want something tangible to offer you. I think they're quite practical, and they're thinkers. So they're not necessarily expressive in their emotions. So it may be that if you are in the beginning of this relationship, or in the start of this relationship, or renewing this relationship, that they're not necessarily, telling you all this stuff that's going on for them, because they're not very expressive, maybe, with how they're feeling. They're more kind of thinking people and trying to work it out, but they don't necessarily maybe express their feelings, but they want to be able to do that. But it's important to them that they're able to offer you something solid and something grounded, something that you can work towards together, really. Because the Three of Pentacles is also about collaborating. So maybe it's about them and you learning in this relationship, and maybe they know that they need to collaborate with you more, to talk to you more, to be more expressive in some way, to tell you their plans, if you like, and they want to be able to do that. But I just feel that in their nature, they're more in their head rather than expressing themselves through their heart. But they definitely want to do that. They're thinking about and coming up with a plan about how they can, build on this, passionate new start that you may have begun already, this new beginning that you may have started already, or, they're on the verge of wanting to create a new beginning with you, because I definitely think they see you as, like I say, this, this kind of hope for them, this kind of ray, this light in some way that they do feel very attracted to. But I don't know what it is, but there's some kind of stuff that they need to clear first, and they're trying to do that right now. And they will do it. They definitely will do it. They'll definitely just get rid of anything that is standing in the way. That's what I want to say. They will get rid of anything that is standing in the way of the connection, and come forward with something tangible. And that's what they're in the process of doing right now. And they feel that they definitely feel that you are somebody that they want to build that situation with, but they know they need to be. I think they know they need to involve you more in how they're thinking and feeling. I think that's what's happening here. They know that they need to. They know that you are wanting to be more than just someone that looks attractive. They know that they need to see you as more than somebody that just looks attractive, and that they want to collaborate with you more. They want you to work more as a team. Okay, so part number 2, that has been your reading. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Please do hit the like, share, subscribe, notifications bell, and just have a great day, and I'll see you in the next reading. Bye for now. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome back to your reading. So today we are looking, what is your person's thoughts and feelings? And you chose the little red stone. I'm just going to put that there. So let's have a look at your oracle cards. And if, as I'm laying these out, you feel you want to like, subscribe, share, hit the notifications bell, then everything is gratefully received. So the first card we have is Fire Ant. Okay, Fire Ant. Okay, so then we have another card called All is Connected. All is Connected. So let's have a look at your tarot. See what they are. You have the Hierophant. Okay, so this person is doing a lot of work, a lot of study. It feels like they're working, maybe doing a lot of work on themselves, on a lot of internal work. But all I just noticed, they've got these little water drops around them. So I feel like this person is doing a lot of internal work on themselves, in some way. Okay, so next, and we've got the Ace of Swords. All right. Maybe needing to speak or find the truth. And we've got the Six of Swords. The Tower. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. There's that 5 of Pentacles. And then the Page of Wands. Okay, so let's just have a little look at this. I mean, I feel in this situation, for some of you, or for many of you maybe, this is about somebody that you've split up from. So it's possibly an ex, a relationship that has ended, and you are wondering how they are thinking and feeling. Not for all of you, but that's just what I'm picking up. Anyway, in these two, what I would say in these two oracle cards, this person definitely feels a sense of connection to you, without doubt. There is definitely a feeling of, you being connect. I don't know if you've got, you might have children with this person, or you might have a lot of people that connect you or bring you together. So maybe you've got a wide social circle that you both that you both tap into, because I just sense there's a lot of influences around you that you both sort of connect into. And also, like I say, I've got this sense of maybe you've got children together. And that there are those sorts of connections. So there are things, what I want to say is that there are things that tie you still to each other. So even if they're an ex, or there's somebody that you are no longer with, there is somehow still a connection, and with a Hierophant, a sense of commitment to the situation, even if you're not actually together. So there's something in it that sort of ties you and still connects you in some way. And that is important, I think, to this person. They think about that a lot. That sort of sense of responsibility, maybe. Maybe they feel, that rests on with them, that connection, that those relationships. They feel a strong sense of duty, maybe, in those relationships, something like that. Because I just, with these ants, I see a lot of little ants, really. So I'm just wondering if there's a lot of, some children or people that are reliant, maybe, on this person in some way, and they feel that they have to be, irrespective of whether they're with you or not, they feel that they have to be there for them. That they are important to these other people in some way. But I do get the sense that your person is, like I said, working on themselves a lot. I feel like they, because in this spread, it feels like, as I said, I do feel this is a spread of people that are maybe not together now, and that the relationship, or was, something came toppling down, really. So it was maybe a shock. So maybe they were shocked by the situation, or it really had a big impact on them, or it came out of nowhere, and everything that was secure and stable came sort of tumbling down, really. So I think they're working on themselves because they went through a very difficult time, and maybe they felt that they had to get into calmer waters to get themselves out of a difficult situation. So maybe with this relationship that you're in with this person, was a difficult relationship, and it ended in a difficult way, and they felt they needed to get into a calmer space, really, a space that was going to take them into a better place, really, for them, for their sense of well-being. But they still feel a sense of responsibility and duty and connection to you, in some way. I think as well that they would, what's important to them now is that they are honest and truthful, and that they speak their truth, and that they and also, with the Ace of Swords, there's this sort of sense of study, sort of, I don't know, feeling of bringing in information, getting themselves some information to improve themselves in some way, to make themselves feel better because of this difficult circumstance or difficult situation that they might have been through with you and the relationship. I feel like maybe there's some healing going on for them at the moment, and that is where their focus is. So their focus is on healing themselves, doing all they can to, maybe, I'm just hearing, correct their thoughts. So maybe in the relationship they weren't in a very healthy space, in a very good space, and they're very well aware of that now because they're in a more reflective space, and they're looking into themselves a lot more, and trying to, improve themselves. So maybe they're going through some sort of self-improvement in some way. They might even be having kind of a spiritual, getting on a spiritual journey, so becoming more connected to themselves internally, and because of this kind of tower moment that they had, which, you know, like I say, brought everything that they thought was secure crashing down. So all their illusions were smashed, and brought down, like the tower, that's what the tower suggests, smashed and brought down so that they could rebuild something new, so that they could come up again. And I think that's the place that they're at right now, if I'm honest, pile number 3. Their thoughts are around healing, becoming more authentic, becoming more genuine, becoming more honest within themselves, wanting to really work on themselves and, you know, get to the heart of themselves, get to the heart of their truth. Because I think they may have felt from this crashing down of this relationship, so maybe in your past relationship, you know, when it ended, I think they felt very much out of the cold. So maybe for them it was a shock, it was a huge shock that the situation ended, because you have them here feeling very much, you know, out in the cold, feeling very, you know, for a while not being able to see the light. You know, this figure is hiding themselves. They can't see these lovely lit up pentacles that are here in front of them from this mermaid. So I just feel that they maybe went through a bit of a dark time. So their you know, I think in terms of their feelings, they, you know, whatever happened between you, it really had a big impact on them, on their thoughts and on their feelings. Really, it really did hurt them, and shocked them, and they went through, and are probably still going through, a very difficult time where they really need to look after themselves. That's kind of what I'm sensing, really. And I suppose my feeling is that they feel that is the right path for them to be on at this point in time, for them to be on a kind of healing path, so that they can move forward and have a new beginning, really. In terms of their thoughts and feelings for you, as I said, I feel there is a connection still to you. They still feel a sense of responsibility. They still feel like they want to be there for you. But what I'm not picking up, in a sense, is that they would want to renew the relationship. That's not that their thoughts and feelings are not about that. It's about being connected still to you, maybe being more truthful, more honest, more authentic in that connection, particularly if you've got children or other responsibilities that you share together. But for them, I think their journey now, or what they see their journey now is moving forward into a new start, a new beginning, which would be something that they would feel was more suited to them, really, something that would that could ignite them again, really, in a positive way, really. I think that's what they're feeling, that could ignite them in a positive way, because maybe they feel that in the relationship that they had when you were together, it was just a very difficult time for them, and I do feel that they you know, they did feel very hurt by what went on in the situation, whatever went on in the situation, and it was a huge shock to them, and now they just want to kind of develop themselves, learn more about themselves, get more in touch with who they are at their core, so that they can move on to you know, to have a brand new beginning and a start. And they want you, you know, they feel this sense of obligation and duty and, you know, connection to you. You know, they do still care about you, and they want you to be able to have the same. You know, they want you to be able to also, you know, learn from what has gone before and move forward, but more moving forward in separate directions in terms of romance, but still staying connected in terms of your obligations and responsibilities, and, you know, maybe a deeper friendship, really, where you can be more honest and authentic with each other. Okay, pile number 3, that has been your reading. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, please do share, subscribe, like, hit the notifications bell so that you know when I'm next uploading a reading, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.